Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 must-have cards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. These are cards that, based on their value, their price, how good they are in game, their positional importance, all those types of things, a bunch of different factors have given me this list of, in my opinion, the guys who are the most important cards to have on your lineup right now in my team based on their value. This is kind of similar to a best value card list, if that makes sense. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 14,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting off with number 10, we have this Emerald Jordan Walsh, who is a just really good all-around 3&D card, especially defensively, very capable with an 80 interior, 83 perimeter, 83 lateral, and 80 steal. Really solid all-around defensive stats. Does have silver break starter, an 80 driving dunk, pretty good release and shooting ability, and 77 speed. Shoots the ball really well. He's got good size at power forward at 6'7" with 7'1" wingspan. I mean, a small forward more so than power forward, but he can play at power forward as well. He's got decent interior. He's one of the best budget cards in my team, a 3&D monster who I do believe does deserve a spot on this list because he is very valuable. Being only like 5,000 MT at small forward is just crazy good positional value with how good he is at that position. Devin Booker coming in at number 9, in my opinion, like the second or third best small shooting guard in the game right now. The best offensive shooting guard in the game. His fade is insane. I understand he doesn't defend much at all, which is annoying, but his fade is ridiculous and his shooting is just amazing. His release is incredible. His movement is really good off of the D-book. Dribble style has a good same side burst as well. He is a really nice card in my team. And I think he's one of the best scorers in the game. When he gets takeover, literally good luck. It's almost impossible to stop this D-book card. He is one of the most important cards offensively to have in the game. Another guy who's super important offensively, but this low on the list, despite how good he is Steph Curry. He's the best point guard in the game, but he's 700,000+ MT to get. That's a lot of MT, almost 800K for the Steph card. 6'2" with a 6'3" wingspan, though, 88 speed and excel, insane shooter, elite movement, and a semi-capable defender. Would not say Steph is a good defender by any means, but he's not awful. Release is good on Steph. I mean, great, actually. I would say Steph has probably one of the best couple releases in the game. His movement is also some of the best. He is one of the best cards in my team. He is definitely better than every other card on this list except for one, probably. But for his value, with how expensive he is compared to some of these other point guards and what some of these other point guards can give you, I can't put him higher than number 8. Number 7 is a card who's super hard to get, so not a lot of people have him except for actually people who grind my team. But if you do grind the game and you've earned Brandon Roy this season, you are certainly glad you have, because he's the best all-around shooting guard in the game right now. The fact that he can get every badge is just a cherry on top, and every badge is upgradable. I think that is really nice. But 88 speed and excel, 86 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 81 perimeter, 88 lateral quickness. Speed of the ball is very good. Defensively, he's not incredible, but he's not terrible at all, especially with the upgradable badges. But then offensively, really good release, elite slasher with good movement. Not amazing movement, but good enough. Pro dribble style works. I feel like I can burst pretty consistently with him. The release that he has is phenomenal. He's an incredible slasher. He's one of the best cards in the game. He's hard to get, which is why I have him this low despite him being free. And the shooting guard position has a lot of depth. That's why him and Booker are this low as well, because there's also guys like Vince and Dr. J and Clyde Drexler and more guys. I'm missing names right now, but there are a lot of really good cards at the shooting guard position right now that are great options. So don't think B-Roy and Book all have to be super high on this list. At the number 6 spot, I'm going with Serge Ibaka, just the best value center in my team right now for his price. 6'10" with a 7'4" wingspan. His height is not incredible, but he's got good enough speed, good enough perimeter defensive abilities, and those are his biggest weaknesses. He's an elite level dunker and very good interior defender, high vertical, good strength. Shoots the ball well with a smooth release, gold posterizer, silver fast twitch and rise up, gold anchor, brick wall, chase down, pogo stick, post lockdown, movable enforcer, silver rebound chaser, that type of stuff, and a money release. I mean, he is an absolute monster at the center position, and definitely a card deserving a very high spot on this list, especially since he's only 63,000 MT, which is a nice cheap amount. Kyrie Irving comes in at, I just typed it wrong, but Kyrie's going to come in at number 5 for me. I think Kyrie is still one of the best value cards in the game because he is one of the best couple point guards, and he is free if you grind him out. Now, grinding out this card for me on my no money spent account, for example, is kind of unattainable at this point because we're too late in the season for me to grind out those 40 levels in the side no life the game, and the point of that series literally is not to no life the game, but he'd be a great card to have. I mean, having a PG this good as an elite shot creator, an elite dribbler, and free is such a good value. I think he's an amazing card in my team. I still think he's a top couple point guard in the game. I'm not actually using Kyrie on my main squad right now very much because I think defensive point guards fit next to Devin Booker better, and I have Booker off my bench. But that doesn't mean that Kyrie's not one of the better cards in the game and an absolutely elite value option. Shaq coming in at number 4 for me. The reason he's so high, despite being the most expensive card that's come out this year so far, is because he is the best card in the game. 7'1" with a 7'7" wingspan, 87 speed and excel on somebody that size, 325 pounds, that type of height and wingspan is absurd. The interior ability on both ends of the court is absolutely incredible, but he's also the best perimeter defensive big in the game by a mile. I mean, he's probably the best lockdown defender in the game by a mile, to be completely honest. He can get every badge if you want to. I mean, he's just an absolutely insane card. The fact that he can't shoot does not take away from the dominance of Shaq if you know how to use him properly. Definitely want to use him as the screener and run straight pick and roll every possession, but he is an absolutely incredible top tier card in my team and deserves a top spot because despite that, the fact that he's so expensive. And then we go from one of the best cards in my team to one of the best budget cards in my team, maybe the best budget card in my team right now, and that is this Emerald Robert Covington, who is just an incredible 3-and-D. Very similar to Jordan Walsh in a lot of ways. I just think his defensive animations are better than Walsh's, and I think he shoots better than Walsh as well. So I like him defensively more than Jordan Walsh, and I like him offensively more than Jordan Walsh, which is enough for me to say that he is one of the best budget cards, probably the best budget card in the game right now, and I do believe a legitimate top 3 must-have card in my team, which may sound like a little bit of a stretch, but I don't know. I understand he's an Emerald, but a guy who you can pick up for 7,000 MT, who I feel like I could start at small forward and feel completely confident with a competitive lineup. Like in a competitive game, if I started him at small forward, I would not feel significantly less confident than I feel starting Scottie Pippen at small forward, who's the best small forward in the game currently. So if that's the case about Rocco, which in my opinion it is, that makes him an absolutely incredible value option. At the shooting guard position, or I'm sorry, at the number 2 spot, not shooting guard, it's actually a point guard, is B. Diddy Baron Davis. I just think this card is so good because he can dunk, he's fast, he shoots pretty well, has a nice enough release, but he's also a really good defensive PG, has gold challenger, glove interceptor, pick dodger, silver clamps, pogo stick, workhorse, bronze off-ball pest, has playmaking badges as well, like bailout, silver handles for days, and unpluckable. No speed booster is his biggest flaw, but at 86 speed and a very capable dunker, I can live with it. His movement isn't bad. He's a very good finisher, and he shoots the ball pretty well as well. I like his release. I like his slow fade. I like his actual fade, and I like his movement as well. He moves pretty well. He doesn't feel like a liability in any sort of his moves. You can get good timing bursts with him. He can run some offense for you, and he's an absolutely great defensive point guard as well. Has really good size. He is just an absolutely incredible value card for 63,000 MT for a starter player. Baron Davis, I'm hoping to get Baron or Ibaka, like really crossing my fingers to get them out of the Ruby option pack that I'm going to be opening in my No Money Spent video in a little bit, which be on the lookout for that if y'all are looking for No Money Spent content. That'll be coming out a few hours after this video. But with that being said, last player on this list, number 1, in my opinion, right now, the best player in the game for value, must-have player, Anthony Davis. He is the only guy at the center position. I think center and point guard are your 2 most important positions. And I think Anthony Davis is truly at 140,000 MT, an absolutely exceptional value at the center position. I understand that's a good chunk of my MT, but that's not a crazy amount. I've literally played like 3 hours total on my No Money Spent account, and I have like 55,000 MT right now. If I play the game for another day or two, a couple hours, I will be able to afford Anthony Davis within like 3 days of starting the game, which is absolutely crazy. With spending no money and not grinding an absurd amount. Like, you can get this card so affordably and so feasibly, so quick for a guy who can stretch the floor, has good speed, dunks the ball well, and is an elite level defender. He's just an incredible card. Half anchor and post lockdown. The value on this card, because he is also one of the best couple Shaq stoppers in the game, shoots the ball well with a good release. It's just incredible. I mean, he matches up so well against Shaq and guys like that. Another guy I could have put on this list is Chris Bosh. If Chris Bosh was attainable for the larger MyTEAM community, I would have put him quite high on this list. I think 15 wins in a row, while I do like that 2K dropped something that targets the competitive community, and I appreciated it personally, was able to get Bosh myself, I think it's something that really only about 10 to 20% of the MyTEAM community is really capable of doing, probably, which is getting Chris Bosh. So if that's you and you're able to get the card, that is incredible, and he is 100% an awesome card. And I'll probably try to get him on my No Money Spent account over the next couple of weeks. But I didn't want to include him on this list simply because he's just hard to get for a lot of people. Not very many people have the ability to get the card, so did not include him, but he's an incredible option as well. But Anthony Davis, I do believe, is currently the best must-have card in my team. So that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what y'all think of the list in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.